Oh my god. They just dropped the ball on us. Can you believe this? I did not expect that at all. A sudden hotfix patch coming out just out of nowhere. I was already getting ready in my pajamas, trying to go to sleep, in EU. It's already almost midnight. And yeah, the news they dropped the ball on us. Oh my god, let's go through this together. All right. April 6th, balance updates. For those who are unaware, OTA stands for over the air and refers to a hotfix change we are making to content outside of our usual semi-monthly patch schedule. This week we are making 4 changes in an ongoing effort to encourage a more diverse spread of decks and individual cards being played. To set expectations, this patch won't cure all of the metagame ills, but it should represent an improvement until our next action-packed patch. Damn, I like the tone. Guys. Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah. Give it some more flavor. Put in some buffs. I cannot believe it. They dropped some buffs. Oh my god. All right. First things first, let's read what they have to say about Red Skull. So Red Skull will go from 513 to a 512. And his ongoing will stay the same with the +1 power. I think that's a really good change. I agree with that. And I think that's great. Let's read what they have to say. As our previous patch note discussed, we last adjusted Red Skull to weaken specifically his interaction with Shuri and Taskmaster. Yeah, you weakened it. Yeah, you weakened the interaction, but overall, it was still just too much power. Our goal was to keep his strength otherwise flat or even slightly improved, and see how things settle once we softened Thanos' grip on the metagame. Yeah, fair. We know many players disagreed with that approach, and we are weighing in that feedback as we continue to debate internally how aggressive our balance update should be. Okay. Yeah, I think the last balance update was a little bit soft, but I kind of like how they go about it, They don't stomp cards into the ground, except Leader. I was not around then, but that card is not played at all, and they don't care at all. But yeah, with Red Skull, they went kind of light. Oh my god, I need to breathe. Yeah, I'm so excited. As you can tell, I'm so excited. All right, let's continue. In this case, things settled into an improved metagame, but with decks based around Shuri and Taskmaster still being too strong for our liking, we recognize Shuri is clearly the true offender here, and we have a balance change for Shuri ready. All right, so Shuri will be changed, which is kind of sad. However, the change to Shuri needs a patch to be implemented, so we cannot make it with a hotfix. So this is an interim adjustment to weaken the Shuri deck just a bit more, and we do expect Shuri to remain viable after this Red Skull tweak, but we don't want to drastically nerf multiple innocent cards when we have an incoming nerf to Shuri herself. Yeah, that seems really fair. If Shuri will lose all of her value, I guess. I don't know how you change her. She has to be changed completely because I don't think she will gain a power like multiply the power by 1.5. And hopefully she doesn't get something like the next card you play has 4 more power or something, because that is useless. Or maybe not, let's see. Alright, once the change to Shuri is live, we will revert this previous Red Skull change. Maybe. Alright, so maybe they revert Red Skull back to the 513, or maybe even the 515 with 2 ongoing? I don't know. Let's read about Sunspot. So Sunspot will get a slight nerf, and I thought that Sunspot should have been this all along. Alright, so at the end of each turn, gain 1 power for each unspent energy. Sunspot is one of the most heavily played cards in the game. The why is obvious. He's strong, he's in Series 2, and he has a powerful synergy with other cards like She-Hulk and Infinite. The opportunity cost for having him in your deck is very low, since you can only have 1 spare energy on any turn to unlock his strength floor, and the ceiling can be very high. Yeah, I agree. I think SpongeBob Sunspot should have been a 1-0 from the very start. All of this adds up to a solid criteria for a minor nerf, creating space for less played cards to compete for more often for slots in decks. We were curious in if nerfing She-Hulk would have an impact on Sunspot, but truthfully we didn't expect any changes and assumed we'd be making this adjustment sooner rather than later. We did evaluate some other changes to Sunspot, but for Series 2 cards we want to retain the elegance of the original design, just a touch weaker. As a default card in both Shuri and Thanos, this change does impact those decks a bit more than others too. Yeah, I agree with those changes. Both of these changes are great, and I think they, nailed it in this one. Now let's get to the spicy part. Alright, let's read. Shadow King goes from a 4 mana free power to a 3 mana free power, and on reveal set all the cards here to their original base power. That's awesome. So that means is 1 mana cheaper. Essentially you can play him on turn 3. Shadow King's whole purpose is to fight back against exactly the kind of thing that Shuri is doing, but this card simply released too weak, to be a consideration for most decks. We recognize his status as a Series 4 card that's used to answer powerful decks rather than to fuel them. We might limit his potential to impact the metagame, however we are happy to just give him this boost and see where things land from here. I really agree with this. Shadow King, I've never seen that card played at all, not even from random generating cards. So I think this is exactly what we need. Let's see. Now the most exciting part about all of this is the Sentry changes. So Sentry goes from a 4/8 with essentially his -8 power void to a 4/10 with a -10 power void on the right location. That is insane. It's so crazy. All right, let's read this. Sentry as a card hasn't found a great home yet. While these number of changes aren't an obviously impactful buff, it does increase the potential reward for running Sentry and the potential damage donating your void with Viper can do. This is just a change we've been interested in to try out, so we're making the change here. Damn, that is a huge change. That is some really nice stuff. All right. How are they going to balance in the future? Let's read this. Speaking of the changes we're interested in trying out, we have an exciting announcement about the future of card balance from Marvel Snap. Starting with our upcoming April patch, currently scheduled for 4/18, we will be making weekly changes to cards in the game. Our patch every 4 weeks will continue to release on Tuesdays and include card updates as well. But the intervening weeks will each feature changes going live on Thursdays via OTA, via hotfix. Damn, that is crazy. We know this is just the sort of balanced attention and prioritization that many of you have clamored for. So thanks for your passionate feedback. It's been a multi-team effort to get this process buttoned up over the last month, and we all hope you are excited. Yes, I am excited. This is insane news. Oh my god. I'm so thankful. Thank you, devs. Thank you for pulling this off. This is amazing. Now, if you guys are not excited right now, I don't know what is wrong with you. This is insane. I've been waiting for developers that care for our community, and this just seems like they really do. All right, let's continue. Why Thursdays? Why not? Actually, Thursdays are good. To slide in the rest of the schedule, blah blah blah. Verify these updates. It also avoids stepping on new card releases or hot and featured locations. All right, I don't care about that. All right, what kind of changes will we make? Our tool gives us the ability to change within about a week or two, but it's limited in what things we can change. We're continuing to develop the tools to expand its limitations, but for now you can expect weekly Thursday changes to be numbers only, like the above, with our later patches still addressing most major changes to card functionality and VFX. So that is very fair, and yeah. I don't understand the technicalities of buffing, nerfing, hotfixing, patching, but yeah, this is just a fine thing. Sometimes all a card needs is just some power shifts or maybe some mana shifts, and it's perfect. All right, will we be nerfing or buffing cards? Oh well, as you can see with Sentry and Shadow King, we do intend to buff cards. That is so sick. we are going to guarantee at least one buff in each of those updates. We will also use this method to balance the metagame with nerfs, but only when it's deemed necessary. Damn, that is... I've never read patch notes that are this insanely good. How many cards will we change each week? Our target is 2 to 4 cards each week. On patch weeks, it's possible we'll change more, as that's as a unique access point for us. All right. How will we pick cards to change? We will have a list of buffs, a very small list of nerfs that we were going to make to existing content. We're prioritizing them based on how we expect individual changes to affect the metagame, or even combine with new cards and locations, but we will shift them around based on the live metagame. So they are measuring that. They have the stats. All right, why not make all of those changes now? One of the things we are wary with the balance patches is how much change is too much. We have avoided changing more than a handful of cards at a time for a while now, and we think that's a good thing because they are easier to digest. Plus, pacing out these changes lets us lightly freshen the metagame periodically, rather than shake it all up at once and then watch things settle into a new state of stasis. I agree, 100%. This is perfect. You don't need to change this at all. If you slowly trickle these changes, we will all have the feeling of, oh, things are fresh, things are coming in a nice rhythm, and the things, how you want to do this is really insanely perfect. This is really good. All right, how long will we do this? We have planned a trial period for May, and depending on how it goes, we may continue forward. We're optimistic about that at the moment, so that is nice. So maybe it's a change that will stay forever. That's all we got for now. Oh my god, that was enough. That was enough. That is so nice. We hope you're stoked for the future of the weekly balance updates, and we will see us in a couple of weeks on the snap during the book. No, I don't get it, but I don't care. This was insane. They were the best patch notes I've ever witnessed in my life of playing card games. I'm so excited that these developers actually care, and they make really good changes in my opinion. I only played this game for about a month, or maybe 2, and I really love these developers. How amazing are these changes? Guys, what do you think about these changes? Let me know down in the comments. That was a quick news update. And Lenny is out.